So, it's been a month. Are you in a new house already? You guys already switched houses with another neighbor, or is this just? Are you guys still in the same? You guys getting ready to move?
Still the same house.
Oh wow,
but
that's amazing.
We're looking around. Went to a couple neighbors' houses last night, had dinner.
We're thinking about
see what
just
they
like
got. See what
connecting
they
all
got
the
going on.
properties together.
We're actually going to knock down all the fences and just be a communal.
There'll be like a hall, like an enclosed hallway between all the houses.
Yeah, we're taking down all the address numbers for the houses.
Yeah.
We're just going to be a big one community, all is one type
It's
thing.
a really big mailbox.
Yeah.
Look, I'm taking applications if anybody wants to move in the neighborhood. All right, just give me a call.
Yeah, you were talking about the HOA earlier. I'm like, does it matter? Aren't you all like the same?
You almost got Sam's mustache.
All the dogs are in there. Get out. All right, out, boys. Hey, go.
I was trying to figure out how you're gonna get in trouble from
a shit show, everybody.
From the HOA when you know everybody in the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm making a run for HOA president. We'll see.
Sweet.
Are you?
You just do whatever.
I'm gonna let Brian be that. Brian's gonna be the perfect HOA president. I'm gonna let him make a run.
We should get Brian back on the podcast for an after hours one of these days.
We should.
Yeah.
He would be good.
Since he was just on as like an awkward sit in the background and not say anything.
He's
kind
basically
of
basically a prop.
Yeah, he was probably. We counted how many drinks he had.
Yeah.
If you want to talk anything, make fun of Jesse, cryptocurrency.
How about let's talk about this. Before we got off last time, you talked us into getting crypto, and it is completely sucked for like 2 months straight. Thanks.
Clarify who? Oh, I say Brandon. There you go.
Brandon. No.
I mean, I don't think I talked you into it.
No,
I feel like you're an adult.
I'm pretty sure I heard buy Shiba Inu.
Yeah,
he
said that.
Safe moon. Safe moon to the moon.
Safe moon.
Trust me, it's in the name.
Yeah, that's right.
You just gotta wait. You gotta hodl, bro.
Yeah, it's been. First of all, do you know what hodl stands for? I have no idea. I just know it means hold your money, but
it's like the bro talk for hold.
So dumb.
No, it's
I kind of hate the crypto community in a lot of ways because I think it's so weird
they're
and it's
dumbass 18-year-olds.
Right, and I feel like some of it's very pyramid schemey. Like, did you guys hear about the what are they like gamers? I think they're gamers, Twitch clans or something.
Yeah, a lot of the gaming and Twitch community, they like form these houses because they're all fronted by, a benefactor of someone. Mm-hmm. And the one that was in trouble was Face Clan.
Right. So they
like
told
literal houses where everybody lives in the same house.
Right. Like they have Twitch houses, or not Twitch. They have like TikTok houses and stuff.
Yeah, they have TikTok houses. Yeah.
It's the same thing with Twitch, but these guys all got together.
JP's face.
Anyway, all these guys in this house that have Twitch
He's
streaming
like, what
platforms.
is happening in the world?
Wait. JP, do you know what Twitch is?
Yeah, my nephew.
he's like, so my great nephew.
That was the oldest guy saying ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think my grandkid does that.
So Twitch.
I was helping my nephew hook up his computer the other day. And he said he used Twitch while he was video gaming.
Right, so that means he's recording himself.
That is the extent of my knowledge.
Right, so these guys are
streaming
YouTubers.
Service.
They're They're basically YouTubers that do video games, right? And so they video themselves so you can see them play
live.
Yeah, right. Oh, is it mostly live?
Twitch is it's mostly big for the live.
It's
stuff.
live streaming. Yeah.
Well, this clan, like, because you can have different like groups that you consider whatever. This clan of Twitch streamers basically told all their followers, would say have like millions of followers, say, hey, go buy this cryptocurrency. This is our cryptocurrency. It was supposed to be to back like some child's charity, right?
Yeah,
or some children's charity.
Was something called like For the Kids.
Right. It was supposed to be like for charity. Well, all their followers started backing this thing. The price skyrocketed, and then all the Twitch, all the Twitch users, all they did was sell it once it skyrocketed.
Oh, you mean like every other thing?
No, but you can't. It's different when you go out and you say.
Is it though?
It is when it's followers and they're supposed to be trusting.
Hedge fund managers.
No one trusts hedge funds. Who trusts hedge funds?
A lot of Robin Hooders.
Well, yeah, but those are the same people.
Those are the people that are losing. It's identically the same
I know,
thing.
but when you have,
Could not
it's
regret
different
mentioning
to-
this more.
For me, just for me, I feel like I would never trust a hedge fund because they're only out for themselves.
I
And
should say
they're
hedge
shorting.
fund.
They're shorting everything.
I should say the analysts.
When you grow a followers, when you grow followers on YouTube and stuff, and you tell them, hey, you should go buy this because it's going up, 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 and we're all going to support it because there's a charity involved.
Yeah.
And then when they do it, you sell all yours to make money.
Right.
Like. Yeah, like how can you, like you can't, even if you say people do it all the time, you can't do that when it's someone that you've curated and people follow you because they like your other content. Like to me, that's just like it crosses a line, right? Like hedge funds are literally there just to make money,
right?
But like these guys aren't there just to make they make content. They're not there just to make money.
I meant analysts, not hedge fund. So the analysts are doing the same thing. Yeah. Just not because they have minus their own stakes, the charity thing,
because they have their own stakes and different stuff. And so what they're saying is, people get paid off all the time to be like, hey, say that this is going up or down. Yeah, it's
my big question is like, where does this come in the whole financial advice stuff?
What do you mean?
Because
everyone's like, I'm not giving financial advice,
but this is what I'm doing.
I know, right?
Yeah, but it's like if he told a bunch of people to buy cryptocurrency, is that financial advice or is he just asking for donations?
It's so weird.
The laws are so weird.
But when me and Sam were talking about it, because we don't have a ton of money into it in crypto whatsoever, but put some money into it. It's like for us, it's like we're gonna do a long play. Like I'm not planning on shorting anything or selling it soon. And like even if it goes up, and we kind of knew going in like it's probably gonna stop going up soon. And so it's like, but we're gonna get in now and then see what happens. And right? Did you think it was just gonna continuously go up?
Well, I think over the next so many years.
Right. No, I'm talking about right now though. Right. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's a long play. I think in like 3 years from now.
Shut your mouth. It's going up.
Sam's all upset about it. No, but in 3 years, I think we're gonna make quite a bit of money. Like in the long term.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
If not, I'm just gonna be mad at Brandon because Brandon talked me into it.
Yeah.
You can just send it down the line to Aaron.
And then I should have listened to Jesse and just put all my money under a mattress, but stay away from banks.
I don't know.
Put it in a
Inflation's
bunker.
pretty ridiculous right now. I don't know if you've seen truck prices.
I'm pretty sure you have a bunker somewhere, JP. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You put it in a fireproof safe.
That's right. Idiot. In case there's a fire. Duh.
That's also, we figured that out being in the fire, capital of the world, that fireproof safes are bullshit. Every single house that had a safe up there, everything inside got destroyed.
Well, there's a difference between a regular house fire and that inferno that they had to endure up there, I would say.
Right.
I mean, I would say that thing was burning.
If your
unbelievable
if your house catches on fire and then they put it out and there's still some of the house left, probably not.
It's
but this was like nothing left.
I don't think it's supposed to be impenetrable. I think it's supposed to just help it prevent it from burning up as long as possible.
It's like a 30 or 60 minute deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think in any situation around like a normal house fire, that would be okay. But I mean, there isn't many things that could stand a chance. In the fires.
The old school safes that were like full cement, those would probably do a little better. But.
Hey,
old school things are usually better.
Not to get dark, or not dark, but have you had any fires up where you're at, Brandon? Because it seems like every year we've been on this podcast. Has it been a year yet?
It's constant.
No,
it's August. It's next month. Ooh.
Next month.
We had that sad, podcast last year by talking about the fires, and then the year before you had bad fires. No bad fires this year though. So far.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
No, there is. Yeah.
Like how bad? Like
not like that bad. Not like those.
But
where it's destroying like whole communities.
But,
but there's
the mountains.
There's fires all the time. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like.
We got a bunch of smoke the other day. I don't know where from. And today, it's just been foggy.
Probably from all these fires.
Yeah, most likely.
It's to the point where it's like I don't even pay attention unless it's like within 10 miles of me. It's like, do I need to evacuate or not? Otherwise, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but it's like if you worry about it constantly, you're gonna have, panic attack or something.
It felt kind of the same way. Sorry.
The good news for you, Brandon, is that it's burned every single person you know's house down. Then they all live with you now, so you don't have to worry about homes anywhere than yours. And I don't mean that funny. I'm just saying.
As he's laughing, he's like, I don't mean to be hilarious, but
it's literally. I mean, it's affected you that much. It's burned down your moms, your girlfriends.
Yep.
And they all live with you now, so you're like the home for wayward people.
Everybody come here.
Their house burned down.
Yeah. And then when mine burns down, we'll just move out of state, I guess.
Yeah.
I still think you'll stay on that piece of property. You'll just never leave.
Maybe.
Never know. I can see that. Especially after his shop's up. He's like, this is it.
Well, we're definitely going to be here for like 5 years at least.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be here for probably over a decade. At least, especially with this big shop going up.
Yeah.
And we've put so much money and time into this freaking house. Like, this house was just a total shithole. Yeah. And so I was trying to filter it, and I was like, it's after hours. It's going to say explicit. I'm sorry. But, like, it was
a dumpster fire.
It was so bad. The cabinets were
You had
horrible.
to turn on the light switch to use the stove.
Yep. And there's so many stupid things with this house. I wish I videoed that. That's one thing I regret about this house. Right? I wish I videoed, been like, what is going on here? I think it's in my stories, but I think stories only stay in Instagram for a year. I might be wrong. No, because they have memories.
No, but they didn't start archiving them until a certain point either.
Oh.
Yeah. I had something weird happen to my house like that the other day. Well, I don't know if I told you guys about it. So I'm sitting in there eating lunch, right? And my girlfriend's on the couch. It was like our days off. And I hear, like, when a electrical like pops, like arcs across to metal or something, and you hear that like pow, like if you like when you're doing electrical work and it makes that pop noise. So that's what I heard. But it was like by my desk, and it seemed like it was over there somewhere. And okay, to preface that, like 2 hours before that the breaker flipped, like, because we had the air conditioner on, and like for whatever reason it got hot and flipped. It's probably just getting old and needs to be replaced or whatever. But so that happened, and like an hour later this happened. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's so weird. Like, went over, looked at the plugs, like everything, sometimes they like malfunction or whatever, and they'll be black or something. There's nothing like that. The air conditioner was still on, everything, and I'm like, that's weird. And then so I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, like, till I figure this out. And then I'm sitting there a little bit later, same noise, pow. I'm like, what is going? I literally went outside, started pulling siding off my house because I'm convinced there's something in the wall, electrical, that's gonna cause a fire or something. I'm pulling the siding off the wall. I'm like, it looks fine. Like, this house got rewired in 2010, so it's fairly updated. And so I'm like, everything looks fine. And then I'm like, cool, I'm not sleeping tonight. Like, that was an electrical pop noise. There was nothing else that it could have been. And so later, I'm like, so I sit down at my desk and I go to use my mouse, and my mouse doesn't work. I'm like, it's weird. And so I open the back of it, and both of the batteries had exploded in my mouse.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. It was I've never had that happen. They're just regular AA batteries, and they were the ones I got with the mouse. Like, it lasted like 2 years. That's crazy. Only thing I can think of is I took one out to test something that I was selling on eBay, surprisingly, and I didn't have any other batteries. And so then I put it back in. So I'm wondering if like one being a little bit discharged, I don't understand. But basically just the end cap like busted off, and then like all the alkaline and stuff was in there. But that was the noise.
Clean it all out. That's crazy.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, this, and that's weird, but I'm so glad that I figured out that's what it was, other than now I have to replace siding on my house.
So dumb. I'm not gonna lie, that was very much a like crazy cat lady move, by the way. You heard two pops, you started pulling fucking freaking siding.
He's like, my house is gonna burn down if I don't take the siding off. And everyone's like, hey, why do you check your mouse or computer? He's like, no,
I did. I literally I checked. Okay, I skipped some steps because I did pulled the outlet cover off. I pulled the outlet out of the wall. I checked all that stuff on all that circuit, and everything was fine. And I'm like, what? It's got to be like a rat got in there and chewed the wires, or something. Yeah. And so, because I could tell it was coming from that area. And I'm like, I know there's a wire that runs through the wall about desk height, which is where it sounded like it's coming from, but I don't know, maybe it was the air conditioner itself making that, but yeah, it ended up being the batteries. It's crazy.
And of course I'm being funny because electrical stuff scares me. I don't like that. My grandfather's house had a outlet that just malfunctioned and caught the wall on fire. And luckily he just had like 3 fire extinguishers in the house, which he had to use to put them out. I mean, but it almost ruined the entire house just from that small of a fire inside of it. And it was just nobody did anything wrong. It was just original electrical work, and it just popped and caught fire. So it's definitely scary. So I am kidding around.
Yeah, we looked at a house one time up in Paradise, actually, where that fire came through, but it didn't get that house. And it was super nice. It was like a pretty decent price, but all the wiring was still knob and tube. And I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, because your dad's replaced all of it.
Well, it was like not disturbed, so they didn't require it being replaced. But I'm like, I'm not living here with that stuff.
Yeah. No How much do you think it would cost to replace all that? Probably.
Well, nowadays, like way 30. More. Yeah,
like 30 grand.
Because wire is insanely expensive too, just like wood.
Right.
What do you imagine how big the house and all that, obviously. Yeah. But
I don't even know how you do it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so we just went to a new church today. That was near a house that we put an offer on. It was the first house we ever put an offer on.
So you literally just said that you were staying there for. You literally just said I'm staying here for a decade. So we put an offer in on a house today. No.
I said the first house we ever put an offer on. So like before even our first house, we were still in. I think we're in our townhome or apartment, and we went out. We're like, hey, baby, let's buy because it'd be smart. And it's crazy to think of the price now because it was actually, it was an old house. It was almost now it would be 100 years old. Because it was built in the 1920s, but it'd be 100 years old. But back then, this was before any of the woodworking, before I knew absolutely anything, and it had needed so much work, and all the wiring needed to be replaced. So I'd have to pay for that, which I knew would be like probably like at least 20 grand to replace all the wiring. But the house itself was like, it was on a half acre, I think. It was half acre or like 0.4. And it was like $130,000 for the whole house and property. Crazy. And so we put an offer on it. Well, at least that's the offer we put, was like 100, and I think it was 130, which was asking price. And the guy didn't take it because it was like, he put it up on sale but didn't want to buy it and all this stuff. But anyway, he's like, or he didn't want to sell because it was like in his family. And so even though it was for sale, it wasn't really for sale. You know what I mean? It's like one of those situations. And looking back now, God, I'm happy that we never bought it, like that they denied the offer. Because if we would have bought it and moved in and like had to replace stuff, it would have been a horrible nightmare. But now I look at the house and back, like think about like what it was at now, and now it would be a really fun project. Now it'd be like one of the coolest flips we could do. The woodwork just on the main floor. Sam actually, this was weird. Sam was out he like came and visited. Right? Well, during like one of the visits that we went to walk through, and he came out and he walked through it with us, dude. That oak on the like the whole top floor.
Well, we didn't walk through it with anyone.
Oh, we didn't? Oh, we walked through it, but later on.
We walked through it, but we just kind of walked.
Oh, like, the back door was unlocked. So we literally just went on the property and walked through.
This is unlocked?
Yeah. So we went in, and
the 100-year-old lock is like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Sam just
I didn't break
we just did a Class B
misdemeanor. I just entered. I didn't
We just did a Class B misdemeanor, but whatever. And so... But like we went in and dude, the kitchen was horrible because it was like straight from the 1950s probably is like the last time they renovated it. It was bad. It was super small. Like
but those front rooms were.
The front rooms had oak everywhere. The trim, there was archways, there was just
massive fireplace.
The huge fireplace was just white oak everywhere, and it was the most gorgeous like upstairs. And when you think of like a 1920s home, like a craftsman style, it was all brick on the outside. It was just so cool that we just had to put an offer on it because we were like, oh, we could totally like, there's a lot of work, but I mean, back then, if we got it, it would have been the worst decision probably we could have ever made. Now it would be like just a really cool thing we could do, but it's so they end up remodeling the whole thing, and I have no idea what the inside looks like, but I want to find another house nearby that looks like that so I can flip it or just remodel it and rent it out or something. Because
how many square feet was it?
I want to say it was like 1,100 or 1,200 square feet, so it wasn't a huge, but it did have a full basement. And then the property kind of had this weird, like it went down on a hill because it was right above Logan Temple. So here I live in Utah. I'm surprised. I'm sure anybody that's listened for more than like 2 episodes knows. So I live here in Utah, so there's a lot of LDS people. So we have a Logan Temple, so it's a Mormon LDS temple. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a great look. It's amazing looking building. When you see it, it's just the architecture is really cool and all this stuff. But it was right above that, and it like kind of how Logan is like it's kind of we're in a valley, but a lot of it's on the hillside.
It's
up
like
to
a
the
silicone
mountains.
slope, right?
It's just like it's like Silicon Valley. It's very similar.
It's the silicone slopes.
Right. And
JP's not even listening.
And so
I am listening.
and so the property kind of goes down on a hill, and it was like this weird walkway that was all broken up that we probably had to replace too. But it was really cool looking, and we really wanted it, but I'm glad we didn't get it. But now I kind of wish we could buy a property like that. But I guarantee that property is like at least close to 300,000 now.
Yeah,
just
it's
for that
crazy.
house.
Well, if it's remodeled, probably.
Especially if it's remodeled, then things are updated.
A guy I used to work with, they bought their house like in the late 90s, I think. And I was like, "What'd you pay for your house?" And he's like, I think it was like 71,000. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then he's like, "Yeah, we got it appraised like," and this was like a year and a half ago, so it's even more now. But he said it appraised at like 420 or something.
Well,
I bought my first house, so it's closer to 20 years ago than it was 19. So almost 20 years ago, I bought my first house. I was 20 years old, and is 1,000 square feet, and I paid 76,000 for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I had to do work. It's a couple weeks, 3 weeks of work on it. I had to do some drywall work and repaint everything, and it had some carpet that needed replaced, and it was I pulled it up and had original hardwood, so I just pulled all the carpet up and had all the hardwoods refinished, and it was a great house, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you love that house?
Because, yeah, it's awesome.
Because my thoughts in my first house are like all romantic, like as in like like I bought it for 175,000, which still seems unreal, right? Like it was 1,300 square feet, wasn't a huge house, but it was 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. You guys you remember my view, just like gorgeous mountains with a cornfield behind you. Like it was just like for us as a first house, it was perfect. And I kind of have a romantic relationship with my house. Like I every time I think about it, I'm like, it was one of the greatest things we've ever done. It was like where we had Jack and Claire, 2 of our kids. Like it was like perfect for us. And it's, even though it was super small, it was where I started woodworking, as well. So there's just like so many cool things like with your first house you buy. And are you still living? That's your only house you've lived in, right? And it's your house, right, Brandon?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've lived in other houses. It's the first one I bought.
Well, that's what I mean. But it's your house.
Nope. I was born here.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool too.
Born in the living room.
Yeah, I was feel the same way about my first house, man. I mean, I put a lot of sweat equity in that house, and as a 20-year-old, kid, there was a lot of responsibility. So, I wish I'd have kept it, but it had a 500 square foot, 600 square foot detached garage. Would have been perfect for a wood shop, but
that's cool.
Wasn't into woodworking back then. I put a pool table in there and some bar lights and a couple carburetors.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I do not feel that way about my house. I hate it. I want to move.
Still hate your house?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Really? Do you think once you build your shop and you lived here with your girlfriend, soon to be wife,
I will love my shop.
I'm just predicting. And then with your mom living with you now, you think eventually when you move away from it, you're not going to have good thoughts about this house? You think it's all going to be negative? Yeah. Really?
It's a pile of shit.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess some of us get luckier than others.
Yeah.
But you won't leave, Brandon. We were trying to get you to Utah. We're trying to get you to Nashville. We're trying to get you everywhere.
Well, the housing market sucks.
It's true.
It's crazy in Nashville right now.
It's crazy everywhere.
Nuts. Nashville, Austin, anywhere in California.
Anywhere.
But even here in Utah, like in our county, because we're the fastest growing county, is nuts.
I hear that from everybody. We're the fastest growing city. We're the fastest growing. I'm like, no, but I think everybody's just moving everywhere away from here.
I said it for the last 2 years.
California's empty.
We also have the world's best cup of coffee.
We have
you did it.
Congratulations.
Coldest beer.
Actually, Utah, if anybody was like claiming the world's best cup of coffee, it would not be in Utah of all places.
That's
or beer. It's gonna be somewhere else.
Yeah, I opened that bank account for my other business, and the lady that was helping me open it, she was like, so our friends, they live in Utah. And I was like, oh, one of my friends lives in Utah. And she's like, yeah, we went out there for like a week or two, and before we went, they were like, hey, bring beer with you. And they were like, what? Okay. And like they're like, well, we just buy when you get. They're like, no, bring beer with you from California.
Right.
And they were like, okay.
We tell
like,
everybody.
So basically, we were like bootlegging beer into Utah, and she's like, and then we get there, and I figured it out that the beer there is way less concentrated. Like the alcohol level is like 3% or something versus
not
like
anymore.
6.
It used to be. It used to be.
She said it was like last year.
So it used to be 3.2% is what you can buy in like a Walmart gas station. Was 3.2% was the most. They changed the law 2.5 years ago to 5%, which basically encompasses most big
it's pretty
beers,
close. Like 5.8 or something like that usually.
Right, and then but then you can still go to the liquor store and buy the higher level, but you're buying per bottle, and you're paying so much money per bottle.
Oh, wow.
It's like you're paying $2-3 for a bottle of beer.
Yeah, she said her husband's brother or something there was like grabbing the ones they brought and didn't realize it, and so he's drinking like he usually does, and he got like destroyed.
Oh god. So people are all pissed. They're like, it's all gone.
She's all, he can only drink like seven
and we didn't even get to enjoy it,
and he was just destroyed because he's used to the really light beer, you know.
Yeah, we ask everybody to bring stuff from like California, like wine and stuff, just cause, and not be. It's just because it's cheaper. It's so much cheaper. Yeah. You know, one weird law that kind of pisses me off because I wish we could get one is you can't have kegs. No kind of kegs here in Utah. Can't have a half keg. Can't have a full keg.
What about bar? You mean like personally, or
personally? Like a bar, you can have. You have to get a full blown liquor license to have a keg.
Wow,
it sucks.
That's just silly.
Yeah, it's dumb.
That's crazy.
But that being said, Brandon, you're gonna come visit me sometime, and we're gonna commit
right after we do a video
crime.
on a kegerator.
Yes, we're gonna do a kegerator. Right.
Makes sense.
Sure, I might have friends that work for the alcohol bureau here in Utah, but they're gonna ignore me.
I was like, can't you just get it shipped in from your sponsors or something?
Yeah, it'd be nice. That would be nice. The state of Utah probably be very upset about that, but
that's crazy, man. Dude, I can remember as kids. I say as kids in early 20s.
Back in the 1947.
I remember when I was 8 years old drinking straight. I was doing keg stands. It was like, jeez.
At this point, with my daughter turning 12 this month, I feel like an old man now. So I feel like 21, 22 was a kid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the buddies would go out and we need kegs for the keg parties or whatever, and they would just go drive around the back of restaurants, and they would have all their kegs sitting out, and they just grab one of them that's empty, and then you could take them and trade them in for full ones, and not have to pay for the deposits or whatever. Yeah. So that's what they did. Yeah.
That's funny.
So they just snatch up the kegs, go trade them in. You don't have to pay a deposit, and they get it filled up and go have the keg party. Wow. And usually it was something like really good, like Southpaw. So the next day that you felt really, really good, you know, your head did not hurt at all after drinking Southpaw or Natty Light.
I've never heard of Southpaw before.
Like, I mean, never.
Southpaw,
but when he compared it to Natty Light, I was like, he's being real sarcastic.
Is it like water? Is that why, or what are you talking?
Oh no, it's like just cheap beer.
Like Keystone Light, Light type stuff.
Bush Light, which
Keystone Light
is making a comeback now, I guess.
You know what's funny is we were just talking to my father-in-law that went to the Coors facility, right? And he was like, apparently they showed him like, this is Coors Light, and it was like a vat, like this is Bush Light, and they gave him samples, and it's like the exact same beer.
Really?
Yeah, Bush Light or Natty Light, one of the two. But it was like one of the
gotta be
super.
Light.
Everyone talks a bunch of crap on, and he's like, "Yeah, this is Coors, and this is the same." And then like you drink it, you're like, "Oh, it's the same thing." They're like, "Yeah, it's the exact same." There's two different brands. It's like, "Oh, all right."
That's funny.
That's sad.
Old Natty Light.
Yeah, I'm proud to say I've never had any. Have you had any?
I have. It's horrendous.
Natty Light is terrible.
Come from the guy that doesn't drink too.
Right.
It's like, hey, I believe you, but I'm saying
it's awful.
One of the guys came to the fight last night, or came over to the house to watch the fight. He had Natty Light, and it was they're doing the seltzers now, and it was pineapple.
Yeah. Was it good?
Pineapple and all this, and he made me try a little bit of it. It tastes just like a pineapple. I'm not into that kind of crap, but it did. You
can tell he was ashamed that he'd even tried it.
I know. He's like, JP twisted my arm. JP struggled to say, yeah, I tried it. He was like,
maybe I finished it, but that has nothing to do with it.
He was like,
he didn't finish it.
Just because I drank 7 of them, I mean, that doesn't mean
he waterboarded me a little bit with it. I didn't want it, but he gave it to me.
I did like 6 beer bombs.
I like good beer.
No, those seltzers are good.
Stuff.
Those seltzers will sneak up on you, man, because they're just say like sparkling water. So if you like you're the Mr. LaCroix. You drink the grossest crap on the planet. But why do you drink it?
I like LaCroix. I'm sorry, I don't like seltzer beer. Like I don't. It's just not. It gives me heartburn or something. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like.
That's how like Smirnoff was when I did drink.
I drink LaCroix all day.
Like Smirnoff always gave me heartburn and stuff.
Yeah, smeared off.
Yeah, or like Mike's Hard Lemonade or whatever.
That's the worst vodka you can try. You were doing the Smirnoff Ice. Like
Smirnoff Ice. That's what I meant.
That's when they still had like 40 grams of sugar in each bottle.
Yeah.
What was the other one? So it started with a Z. Zimas.
I've never heard of those.
Y'all are too young for this crap.
There's no way you never heard of Zima.
I'm pretty sure Brandon and Sam are the same age, just so we're clear. Sam's almost 30.
I remember Zima from when I was a kid on TV all the time.
I remember Smirnoff.
Brandon, you look like somebody that
Charlie Ranches in them.
Brandon looks like the guy that would drink 4 Locos, do double, like Mr. 40 Hands or whatever, Edward 40 Hands with 4 Locos. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a death sentence.
And you tried it once for sure.
I quit drinking before 4 Locos was the thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we used to have. Have you ever heard of Spark? It's like an energy beer.
Is it similar?
Yeah, it's like
beer.
I'm trying to figure out if you guys just are in Utah away from everybody, or you're just too damn young to remember.
I just moved
stuff.
to Utah.
He lived in Vegas.
Yeah, that's odd.
Then I guess it's just you're too young. I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, Spark is. I'm sure it's still around. It's basically energy.
Have you ever drank Boone's Farm?
Boone's Farm? Yeah. That's called moonshine. And you can only get it in Tennessee.
It's wine in a box.
That's called White Lightning.
Okay, White Lightning.
Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's funny. I've
Boone's
not
Farm
tried.
is the cheap wine in a box.
All right. Enough of the cheap
hilarious.
stuff talk. Have you guys had any good bourbon or whiskey lately?
I should grab some. Yeah, I went on a vacation like similar to you. You went on. Yeah, you can grab. So if you want to get an ice cube too, I will take one actually. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just be empty. But I went on vacation to Park City and we went to a couple distilleries.
Oh, High West. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So the distillery is in Utah. That's where they're from. And so I got a couple of these. Never tried them before. And then I realized I bought the most expensive ones. I tried to buy one expensive one. I was like, ooh, I want a top shelf whiskey, which for me, a top shelf whiskey is like $60, which like for a whiskey is not that expensive. But I mean, for me, it's expensive. So I bought this Rendezvous Rye because when I was there, I had a drink, which I immediately regretted, ordering the drink. Like the guy came up and my wife already knew what she wanted to drink. She's like, I will take this one. It was like some coffee liqueur, like iced coffee liqueur thing. And he was like, yeah, what will you take? And I hadn't even looked yet. And I was like, this one. And I just like pointed at one. And Brooke's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right. And the guy like walked out and she's like,
okay.
Did you even read what was on it? And I was like, no. And it was like, it was curry, like it was like curry, it was coconut,
What?
it was like all these weird ingredients. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hate this. This is not like, and it was in Park City. It's a fancier place, like vacation spot. Like, well, Sam said this is normal. This is not normal for me. It was like $15 for one little drink. So it's like you're paying a lot of money for a drink for me. I'm not used to doing that.
He's like $15.
Yeah,
for
no,
a
for
cocktail?
real. For me, I'm like $15 for a cocktail is ridiculous. So I was like, this is gonna suck. And then he brought it, and it was one of the best drinks I've had. It was so good, and so I'm really glad. I actually liked it more than my wife.
Because you went to an actual bartender was there.
Right.
They're not just like, all right.
Well, then the first bar we went to when we were in Park City, I was like, yeah, I kind of just got a couple old fashions, which is like the most standard drink you can get. And the guy was like, yeah. And then like I stood there because I thought he was gonna make them, and he like turns to the other guy. He's like, "How do I make old fashions?" So I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be rough." Okay, so I just like I'm gonna walk away. So I walked away so the guy could teach him. I guess he was a brand new bartender. It was like that's fine, but I feel like that's a standard thing you should know.
You should before your interview. Maybe
Tell you what,
watch
I'll just take whiskey on the rocks. All right.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Just pour it with ice. How about
that? Do you just have a beer? Can I just get
but JP, so we got this Rendezvous Rye, which is really good. So if you see it, it's really tasty. And then you should get this one, which is their Campfire Blend. And
I've had that. It's good.
I like it. It tastes legit. When you pop it open, it smells like a fire. Like it smells smoky.
A little smoky. Yeah.
I like it. And so we had a couple cigars the other night and had this, and it was absolutely fantastic. I was very happy with it. But yeah, so we went to Park City, and it was the first vacation away from our 3 kids, just us 2, since we've had Millie, and it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. We went for 2 nights, and we stayed in a villa, so we had like our own like living room and little apartment type thing. And we stayed at the bottom of the main street in Park City, so we literally walked out in the mornings and went and got breakfast, and then walked to the stores, and it was so much fun. And then at night, go through and go to all the bars and stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast, and
that's awesome.
Got to try a bunch of new drinks and things, which was rare for me.
Yeah, we did San Diego because we had to miss our Montana trip that we were going to take.
Oh, yeah.
So we ended up going just to San Diego and spending a week since we couldn't do that because my sister had to have a baby. I had to stick around for that. What a
JP's like women having babies.
It was the third baby though, right?
Third. It's the third baby.
So he's still upset about it. He's like, it's the third kid. I've been there for the other 2. I'll see you when I get back. Yeah.
And to be fair, my sister was totally cool with me going to Montana, and it was not in any way trying to be whatever. But I was like, I guess, my wife was like, we gotta stay and be here. I was like, all right, so we did. So we canceled our trip. But anyway, San Diego was awesome. Like we really had a good time down there.
Cool.
It was beautiful weather. Spent some time out. Like we spent a lot of time out on Coronado Island and
Coronado's
out there.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
That's where I had we had our honeymoon. And
that's great.
It was a ton of fun. It was so much fun. But a tip: if you ever go to Coronado, fill up your gas before you go to the island.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely insane. This was back when like gas prices weren't horrible, and so we were going from like, it's California, so it's always horrible. But it was like $3 a gallon in San Diego, and then you cross the bridge and you go to Coronado Island, and it was like $5.45 at the time, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like I should have filled up. So we put like 2 gallons of gas in. We literally got there. We're like, oh, I'm not filling all this. Put 2 gallons of gas in. Drove back across the bridge. Filled up back in San Diego. Then drove back to our hotel. Because I was like, I'm not doing this. Yeah, this is.
I don't know if it's still like this now, but I know years ago it's the per square foot most expensive place to live in the United States.
Yeah, I believe that.
That island is, and it's crazy. Like it's not like super nice houses or anything either, but it is a really cool island. If you're gonna live in San Diego, I would definitely want to live out there if I had the money.
That's where the Navy SEALs train too, right? Or a big portion of them, right?
No, it is. That's where they train all the Navy SEAls. That's where Bud's is.
Okay, because our hotel was, you had to drive on that beach, which I'm sure since you were there, you have that like Hotel Coronado, which is the most famous place, which is a gorgeous, like did you walk inside that?
Oh yeah,
it was so cool. Just the architecture is awesome. But ours was down the road, so you actually had to pass through the Bud's area where you could see like, you could tell like they weren't training when we were there, but you could tell like where everything was set up for them to train. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. This is where like the most elite military in our freaking, the members of our military, like this is where they're training. And we went past, and then we were staying in this like lush, amazing resort
we saw them training while we're out there. They're out there training in some boats and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. And you get in that water and you're like, holy smokes, it's cold.
So cold. The Southern California water's always cold. Well, is it all the Pacific? Is it even in Washington?
No, because you go to Baja and it's warm.
Oh, that's true.
The warm ocean current.
Yeah. So
California is mostly cold.
Yeah, because I always remember we went to our grandparents lived sort of near the beach. We went to Laguna Beach. All the time, and it was always cold. Like
really,
and it was always cold.
It's cold all the time.
Right, and it's always muddy too. Like
it's not like
it's gross water.
Yeah,
it's not fun water to go in.
Yeah, it's not gross. It's just like muddy.
Well, seaweed. Well, where we went, it was always seaweed.
Yeah, there is a lot of
mud
and stuff.
It was like,
we went up to Torrey Pines. Of course, that was the weekend that they were having the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, and they ended on Sunday. And then we went on Monday and hiked all the trails and stuff because it's a state park. They have all kinds of like trails and stuff to take you down to the beach, and that was absolutely beautiful. The water down there was gorgeous, but it was cold as crap. But the trails and all the landscaping, the big cliffs, and like looking over all that stuff, that's pretty cool.
And that's in
San Diego? On the island or?
Mm-hmm. No, it's in San Diego. It's just up the coast a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Del Rey, and I forget the name of the little town that's right there.
We used to go to Del Rey.
La Jolla.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we went up there and ate and hung out and hiked all those trails and stuff, and that was really cool. Cool. But it was a good trip, man. They're talking about some phenomenal food down there. Everything we ate. And what's funny is like we had some good like Mexican food and stuff while we were down there, but the Italian food down there was unbelievable. We went to Little Italy because my wife loves Italian food, and it was just really, really good. And I guess a lot of it being an international city is that people from Italy like live there and that have learned how to cook and all that stuff, and it's very fresh and authentic. It was excellent. Very, very good.
Seafood too. Anywhere you like, I don't order a ton of seafood if I'm not on the coast. It just feels weird.
I had the best oysters I ever had there.
Really?
I'm used to oysters from the Gulf and going down to Orange Beach and Alabama and all that stuff where we vacation, and then going up there and getting the oysters, which are a little different. They're a little smaller, but man, they tasted way better. It just had a really, really good taste to them, and it was awesome to eat. Just something a little bit different.
Cooler water, maybe.
Probably so. They were a little bit saltier, and I don't know. The seafood was excellent up there, though. It was really good.
Like I don't even like seafood, but whenever we go to like Monterey or Fort Bragg or like Eureka or anywhere like that along the coast, it's like I'll get like shrimp or something, but it's always so much better than any other kind of seafood you can get because it's just right there. Even at like San Francisco, like the Bubba Gump shrimp place is right there, and so it's all, dude, that place is awesome.
You guys, JP, you ever go to Bubba Gump's?
I've been to Bubba Gump's in Colorado, and then I've been at one somewhere else too. But yeah,
I think it's actually cool. It's fun.
Awesome.
Every time I've gone, I'm like, I like this place. It's just
I like the red light, green light thing they have.
Yeah,
like they had the waiter come or waiter not or whatever.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, how about we jump into some shit Sam saw?
It's born ready.
All right, this one's a tip for for everyone that has a significant other. You just look it up.
Oh, it's right there. Killed it.
Unpopular opinion. Stop telling women on the internet how beautiful they are and go say it to your wife.
Hey, babe, just want to let you know that women on the internet are beautiful.
He gets in the face.
That's awesome.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the best.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't like TikTok stuff very much, but that made me laugh.
It's because what makes it funnier.
Like
what makes it funnier is the first guy is the guy that's like, "Hey, go tell your your wife that which he didn't mean to say it this way, but he's like, just go tell your wife that women on the internet are beautiful." But like he's got like even if he did it the right way, he's got a neck tattoo. It's like, bro, you think anybody's taking you serious on that?
Gauged ears.
Yeah, gauged ears, neck tattoo. It's like, well, we're just gonna assume you're single first of all.
Videos like that are the reason why I get lost on TikTok for.
They're so good.
I can't get on there, dude. I'm just like, well,
come out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Unless I have like an extra 2 hours, I may as well just not get on there.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like I go to search or something to look up like the company's new product, and like a reel pops up, and I just end up going through like 15 minutes of reels.
Reels have gotten very much like TikTok. Like,
did you see that the other day? Instagram came out and said that they're no longer trying to make it a photo sharing app.
Yeah,
they're trying to be literally. They literally said they're trying to make it like TikTok.
Yeah, because probably because it holds your attention a little longer. Yeah, because if a picture you might just scroll and like move past too fast.
Yeah.
But we've been in that for a long time. Us three have been just doing pretty much straight videos for a long freaking time.
Not lately. I'm just like pictures.
Yes, we started that curve a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
let's do another.
Well, this one I saw and I was like, that's cool. And then I realized that's probably stupid.
Why?
Well, because like look at the way this works. All right. So they said like they put LED strips on the whole light pole, which might make it easier if you're further away.
Right.
But at night, especially if anyone has like eye issues, like have you seen people that
like a lot of
you? It's just so much like that.
Stigmatism or whatever.
You probably can't see shit.
That's crazy.
It looks cool. It looks good.
Yeah, that's interesting. Where's that at? It's got to be in an Asian country like Japan.
It might just be photoshopped, I think. I don't know if this is real.
Not to be real.
It might not be.
Sam's like, so I came up with this fake photo to show you guys. We're like, oh, that's cool. Does it do anything? No, it's just a light. It's just a light,
and it's fake.
It's like that's pretty much just a regular stoplight. He's like, Sam's like, wait till you see this shit.
I'm pretty sure
it shows us it's a stoplight. Yeah. We're like, it's just a stoplight.
Cool. Look at the one.
Sam saw that shit. Jesse saw.
I like it, Sam.
So, the light pole behind it does not have any LED on it.
It does not. Also, if you notice that the yellow light, what is hilarious is there's a car speeding as fast as possible through it.
It's true.
It even gives you more and more. You're like, oh, dude, floor it.
Yeah. Hammer it.
Okay.
So this is real.
It looks real. Looks accurate. It's funny.
All right, so this
and
one.
the green lights, everybody said dead stop. Anyway, go ahead.
That's a good point, too.
This one's hilarious. So, this city had to change their name because of what it said. But my question is, which one are they changing it from, and which one are they changing it to?
What the?
I would assume that
it says an Austrian village changes their name
from
one to the other.
From fucking, you can bleep that out, to fudging.
Or fugging.
Is it fugging? No, that'd be fudging, right? No, fudging would be with a DG, right? Fugging.
I think they're changing it to fugging because they're like, it's like the same thing, but now it's not bad.
I love the smile on the guy's face. He's like, look at the good service we're doing. It's like,
but Jesse, I need you to say the bottom one in your best Australian accent.
Australian?
It's Austrian.
Austrian.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Austrian. Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I feel like JP can do Arnold. I can't do Arnold Schwarzenegger. JP, go ahead.
Yeah, JP.
Hit your best Arnold. Arnie. Do your best Arnie impression.
What? I can't.
No, just try. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now say the name.
Now, incorporate this village.
Come on, you got it. We believe in you.
Oh, okay.
You can't make him laugh.
Me too.
Once you drink
I was
it,
about to do it. You
Go,
killed
let's
me.
go. You got this. You got this.
Fogging.
Fogging.
Foggy?
You think
fogging?
It's fogging? It's fudging.
I think it's
fugging.
I think it's fugging.
Fugging.
Maybe it's
Wait, let's
fooging.
for the people just listening.
Fooging.
They're changing their name from the F word, F-U
CKING.
CKING to FUGGING because it sounds better.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that the F word in their language it's obviously not like the same. So they're just doing it just because, and it's like
the comments are amazing.
I was going to say the comments are awesome.
Yeah. Now the population is going to take a huge dip because people don't know what to do in that town.
The replies are awesome.
This one says, "What a bunch of fucking cowards."
that's great.
It says make fudge, perhaps?
That's funny.
That's great. Well, you can comment down below in our YouTube video. Who do you think is right on the pronunciation of this word?
Yeah, there you go.
That's hilarious, man. Oh, that was good.
All right.
I'm from fucking Austria. Okay, Frank, you don't have to be so aggressive about it.
That's great.
Reddit comments are the
This
best
entire
comments.
section is just going to be bleeps.
Yeah.
It's after
Yeah,
hours.
you have a lot of work to do on this one. We are putting explicit, so we may not have to, but
Yeah, I don't know if we
We'll
have
see.
to.
I feel like that word you kind of maybe have to.
we'll see. We'll see how much time Sam wants to spend on this podcast. He believes
We're
I'm
gonna
the
move
first
to a
one.
paywall real quick.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, I feel like now it's a tradition almost that we just do a tug of war one. So here you go.
Because we were like, why is the one cheering losing?
A push of war.
That was so
All right,
funny.
So you ready?
So there's a
Watch
new
this.
one?
Yeah, watch this. If I can bring it up. All right. You seeing it?
Yeah.
Goodies.
Wow.
That's crazy. He's literally he's chilling there. These guys, there's how many of them? Three
They
or
had
four?
like four like
bodybuilders,
huge
massive
dudes.
dudes, and that tiger or was it lion?
It was the lion.
It's a
That
lion.
lion's just like, what's up, bro? Are we playing?
It's not even like a big male lion.
No,
It's
it's a female, and she's just chilling there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude.
That's like those people that think that having an ape as a pet is a good idea. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's a chimpanzee. They're so friendly. It's like,
Oh, they're 10 times stronger than you.
they're like
by
that's
the
gonna
way.
eat your face.
Yeah.
Or
They have
eat you from
fangs.
butt first. But either
Yeah.
way, it's like it's gonna get. I'm just saying. Have you seen those things? Every story.
I was reading the comments. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, man.
Every story.
It's
of a
standard
person,
now.
Every it's not, you can't say that.
I've not heard of one story like
No,
this.
every story with they own a or that have a chimpanzee, they either eat the face first or eat the butt first. It's like,
Is that a new
jeez.
Netflix series?
It is.
Chimpanzee
It's called
King?
Chimpanzee King.
The
That's
Chimp,
exactly
Chimp
right.
King?
The Chimp King.
Yeah.
It's ruthless. It's someone gets their arm bitten off,
It's
and
provocative.
they
The
literally
people love it.
They literally go back to work the next day. It's like, lady,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
They're all on meth.
Yeah. Did we talk about that where like the guy? I think we might have talked
Yeah.
about it. The guy
We
that the
did.
producers told him to take off his shirt. You know, the guy that had like in the Tiger
Oh,
King
yeah,
has all the
yeah.
missing
I
teeth.
don't know that we did talk about
They
that.
asked him later. They're like, "Hey, why did you take off your shirt?" Or like, "Why were you shirtless?" He's like, "I don't know. The producers asked me."
Yeah, they said it would be a good idea to. So
It's
I
like-
don't know.
He kind of fell into that one, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's try one more.
Anytime somebody tells me to take my shirt off, like, this is not a good idea.
This one.
You wearing a
It's
wire?
not going in the right
What's
direction.
going on here? You wearing a wire?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see this. I have to convince my wife for me to take off my shirt. You think you're asking me to? That's not a good idea. That's something's going
Turn
on
off the
here.
lights first.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so this one is a tip for all those new welders out there.
New welders.
Yeah, so
Okay.
here you go, Jesse. All right. This one's for you.
Specifically for me, and Brandon's a little better than me, but
Well,
Brandon's-
Brandon probably already knows the tips and tricks.
What is happening?
So he forgot his welding mask.
So he's just using his phone.
So he's using
it's like an iPad.
An iPad.
Is that what it is?
With a bunch of extra cardboard around it, and he's just using the camera.
I feel like that guy's gonna wake up tomorrow and need some potatoes on his eyes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, or a new iPad.
Yeah, the iPad. Yeah, you know for a fact that iPad is just a splatter all over it.
Well, not only that, like you remember Jacob, the explosive woodworks guy?
Yeah.
He went to that metal school, right? And he had his phone like on a tripod, like for content, and he was filming his welding, like all day. And he said he ruined his camera on his phone because all the like bright light on it like messed it up.
Hey, go get our lens, bro. We've literally destroyed our 25mm lens that way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, my lens on my old camera
it's
got chips out of it.
Chips all out of it.
Chips and little burns.
But mine was from grinding, not from welding.
Yeah, ours is a lot of ours is from grinding. Well, I was grinding
really close.
Yeah, so I was grinding.
So I was like, it would be really cool if you had all the sparks go right over the lens. And he's like, well, I'm gonna have to shoot him at you. I was like, that's fine. I threw up my hood. I looked like Kenny from South Park.
Yep.
And with just like this much.
And then like, he was like going at the and it looked, actually the footage looked really cool.
Yeah, it was great.
But the lenses.
Later on, we were like, we can't clean this off.
Probably should have had a filter.
Yeah, we didn't have a filter.
Yeah, it was a dumb move.
It was just
dumb move.
No, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
that park bench remodel I did where I was cutting off the bolts with the cutoff wheel or grinder or whatever, shooting sparks at the camera. That's what did it.
Yeah.
It didn't really affect I never like saw it affect the quality.
Yeah, we still actually use that lens. That being said, I'm really happy it's our cheapest lens. It's like a $125 lens. So it's, I mean, it could be worse. I am so sorry, everybody.
Yes, that is what's messing up the podcast.
Oh, it's Sam texting us links. That's
yeah, but we told you to turn off your volume.
I don't do that. I don't listen.
I don't listen to you. You're not my boss.
I got a couple more. I got
2 more.
Yeah.
All right, we can do 2 more.
All right, here we go. This one's just in the spirit of more insane animals.
Oh my gosh!
That's a yoked moose.
Is that a buffalo moose? Oh my god, he's so big. Oh,
he's just what up?
Oh my goodness.
He's jacked.
Oh my god.
That's a muscular mass.
They must have put some steroids in his apples or something.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
It reminds me of like those super yoked like kangaroos.
He's definitely been skipping leg day.
His back legs all like, well, that's just moose though.
He's atrophied.
I know his back legs are tiny.
They're little toothpicks.
What scientist is jacking this thing up and forgetting to do the calves? Come on, man.
I work with a couple guys like this. The giant biceps in the front with tiny legs up there.
Do they also like walk around with like their shoulders?
Yeah,
forward?
they don't actually have huge traps, but they keep their arms out like they do.
They can't put them straight down.
Yeah. Dude, that moose is massive. Have you guys ever seen a beefalo? It's a cow buffalo hybrid, and it's basically like a very jacked cow.
Yeah,
it's
a bunch got hit by cars here because they got like out there right by the freeway, and so they like got out the gate or whatever. Yeah, sad for both parties because they destroyed vehicles.
I know. That's what it's like.
Like 1,500 pounds.
Every time I hear somebody hitting like a moose or something, I'm like, please tell me they were in a truck. Because if they're in a car,
they're dead.
Right, because that's like when I had to deal with crashes, and if it was a big animal, even deer were total cars. On trucks, they wouldn't usually total a truck because they're a little higher, but like cars, they would total cars. And then we had instances where we actually had fatal accidents when like the moose would come out and that car just take out the legs, and the whole body just goes right into the cab. You know what I mean? Because just the height difference, they're so tall. They're such tall animals.
That's got to be the worst animal to hit in a car.
Yeah, or a horse. Horse is pretty much the exact same.
Yeah,
because
just without antlers.
Oh, it's my new iPad. That's why.
If anybody doesn't know, Mullen has like 14 iPads.
We have 3 here right now, and then we have 1 inside, so we have 4.
And and 2 phones in our computer.
I regret buying my iPad, by the way.
I love my iPad every second of it.
It's useless.
I literally
literally useless.
This one, brand new iPad. Just bought it.
Yeah. It's useless.
I use it for all my workflow.
I'm like, I have this huge phone now. It's cool. Does nothing different than my phone.
Because you don't want to invest time into actually learning anything.
What do you mean?
Like editing and everything like that.
No, I don't edit stuff anymore. Let's be realistic.
Oh, you pay people to edit. He's so fancy. He's like, ooh, look at me on YouTube.
I just don't make videos anymore. That's mostly it. Just don't make content.
You got one more, Sam?
Yeah. I got one more.
That's crazy.
I don't know how to play it.
What is that?
What?
It's the Falcon 9 rocket.
Hit play.
Well, like the afterburners.
Where is that?
I think it's over LA.
Freak?
Is it LA?
Yeah, I think
so. That's a time lapse?
It's a time lapse because those lights that are flying by are planes. So
what's happening there?
It's just the rocket launched off in the evening.
But why did it get all crazy?
In real life,
it
goes way
slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the big explosion?
I think that's the second booster. After it hits that certain level.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Then we get some weird ballerina thing afterwards.
Reddit throws in a ballerina on a treadmill. Do you guys get the same one?
Same thing.
You got to throw that in. Wait, save that.
How do I save that?
That's hilarious.
What have y'all gotten me into?
I don't know. Sorry.
Weird rabbit hole Reddit.
You now have viruses on your phone. You're welcome.
All right. Well, this just happened today, I think. And it's Virgin, the company. They sent a.
Glad you specified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just yeah.
It's
well,
like ballerina, treadmill, Virgin. What?
They sent a craft, I think, out of our atmosphere or something. I don't know. But why is this
hit done?
happening?
Because you're in Reddit. So hit done.
Okay.
There you go.
That's cool.
So they dropped it from another plane, and then it took off, and
it went out of the atmosphere.
Maybe you know, but some famous guys in it.
Is it the guy from Virgin? What's his name?
Maybe it might be that guy.
What's his name? He's like one of the most richest, or one of the most richest people in the world.
I don't know, but they just bought the Hard Rock Casino in Vegas.
Did they?
Oh well.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. All the space stuff is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nuts because
it says right there, Richard Branson.
Sir Richard Branson.
Yeah, that's that. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that owns Virgin.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
He must be pretty confident in his company. Yeah. Hey, I got a good idea.
He's got those
spaceship.
He's got like a crazy island resort thing, like as well. Like it's like a island in the middle of nowhere. I forget where it's at.
I heard of another guy that had something like that.
Yeah. He takes. Never mind.
Stop.
Okay. JP is getting so
We're gonna get all kinds of bands.
Not going there.
Well, that was the end of our show. Period. Yeah. Last episode.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're now canceled.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, well, that was a fun after hours. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy after hours, if you enjoy the podcast, whether it's the Woodshop or the barbecue or even the after hours, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you share it with friends. Tell them to listen. We're having a lot of fun. We're glad that we're back into it after taking a month off, and we're going to be pretty consistent with it. So make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Rate us on wherever you're listening, and then go out and build something.
Get to the chopper.